What might this mean for the future of that energy mix? This is particularly coal, obviously.
This is going to be, it's going to reverberate across the world. China is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, investors in overseas coal plants. And the big thing that we're seeing now is if they're going to cut that funding, what does that mean for coal ambitions in Southeast Asia, South Asia, other nations that need to get financing? Because China amounts for 70% of total financing abroad for coal power projects, and they've invested, through their Belt and Road Initiative, $52 billion in coal-fired power plants. So, China has their own ambitions to reduce coal at home, but this will actually have quite a large impact abroad and set the stage, because beyond China and a few other nations in Asia, banks were already getting rid of financing for coal power plants. They were moving ahead with investing in cleaner projects because investors were demanding it. China was the last outlier. So with them out the door, the future of coal is looking less bright in the developing world.
And what likely spurred that decision to begin with? Because it's not as if Beijing woke up and decided, hey, we won't do this anymore.
I mean, China has been under enormous pressure over the last decade because of all that money that they're spending to invest in overseas coal plants. And there's been a lot of criticism that by stopping that funding, they could do a lot more than, for example, developed nations that could only kind of cut emissions by a little bit. By not funding these new coal plants, you're effectively stopping emissions for 40, 50 years of these potential emissions. So there's been, of course, their neighbors, Japan, South Korea, have said similar things where they're going to stop investing in overseas coal plants. There's been a lot of pressure from the United States, but also at home. Last year, China said that they want to hit net zero emissions by 2060. This is all part of their broader shift to try to do their part and at least look on the world stage like they're making an effort, since they are the biggest polluter in the world.